Spider-Man trying to kill Venom, trying to be a past at the same time and give them an exorcist. Like you got to throw him up there in the tower. Make sure you ring that bell. Remember in the movie, that's how Venom came out of his body.
I'd be like John Constantine, man. If I was a preacher, I'd be just like John Constantine.
Yeah. He said, I gotta get that venom out of you. He went from Spider Man into a whole damn pastor, yo.
I'm telling you, man. People, they got. I mean, I understand because that's what experience do. Create memory, and those memories develop into different things depending on what the memory is. It can be pain, joy, and then from there you just develop triggers. That shit crazy. Like human psychology is so. It's not. Once you understand it, it's not. It's beautiful, man. It's really fucking beautiful. It's like the way the human brain works, and then you can see the same patterns. And I'm understanding it more as my kids growing up. It's like one thing, like in social media. Shout out to social media. 'Cause let me tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. I'd have read a lot of shit in books. I'd never seen the shit in real life, but on here, I experienced a lot of shit I never seen in real life just through social media. I was able to identify. Like I never like when they talk about the dark triad. That's someone who possessed Machiavellianism. That's somebody who possessed uh, narcissism and sociopath or psychopath or psychopathy. We'll just say psychopathy because psychopathy will cover both of them. But anyway, cover those three things. Like if you have one person embody at all three aspects and they can go from either one, that shit I've never seen that in person. Not even on really on TV. Like the closest thing I seen to that was Jeffrey Dahmer. Um, and what's his name? Damn, what was that one dude name? The white dude, who had the little coat thing. Um, why I
No,
keep
who?
want to say Marilyn Manson? Not Marilyn Manson. What is his? Oh, damn. It's on the
I'm
tip of
trying
my
to figure out
tongue.
who you talking about.
Um, damn, I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna remember his name.
Hitler,
That was-
Shelter, dude. I don't know. I'm confused, Commander.
What you say?
She said Hitler. I don't know who Hitler. Hell, wait, that's
No,
got
he
a
was
L in it. Wait.
what is it? Not Marilyn Manson. It's some Charles Manson. The Manson dude.
Okay, now I know who you talking about.
What is his name? Is it Charles? Yeah, yeah, Charles. Yeah, Charles Manson. That's what I was talking about. I said Marilyn Manson. Yeah, Charles Manson. But I don't think they ever diagnosed either one of them with dark triad. But if you look at the psychological reports, they will say they possessed all three. But at that time, they didn't call it a dark triad. I don't think they called it a dark triad until like the 2000s, like 2008, 2009. And that's when they developed dark triad. And I don't even think that's widely accepted in the world of psychology, but you have licensed physicians acknowledging that this is a thing, a grouping of personalities. But I don't think they like officially put it in the DSM.
That's wild. I just read up on him. Okay, so basically, he's another Hannibal.
Yeah, man, but
Oh
he was a
shit.
fucking genius though, bro. He was look, man, look, I don't care. Most of them crazy ass
He ain't
people,
topping Hannibal, but yeah, he's another
they
Hannibal.
intellectual, bro. The way he was manipulating people, bro, that shit was
Yeah,
pure
but
genius.
he only has is only 9 victims that he's got. Hannibal got way more. That's why I say he ain't topping Hannibal.
Man, look, them the only bodies we know about.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The
like.
only
But
bodies we
shit,
know.
we know of Hannibal. That's why I was like, right now, according to facts, Hannibal. I don't think nobody's topped him.
Oh shit, you talk about Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ain't nobody
These
found
motherfuckers
Hannibal
on.
yet. That nigga was a whole psychologist, therapist. He was everything.
So it was people. What was that lady name over in London? She was a doctor, and she was offing people, and they got her with over like 300 something bodies.
Mm. I, yo, these.
Hmm.
But that's been happening for
You-
years. And what's crazy
you-
is, right, what got me curious on a lot of this stuff, like I did a whole little rabbit hole, right? It was American Horror Story on how the doctors used to do things back in the days, the experiments and all that shit. That's why I'm like, yo, these doctors is wild as shit. The ones with PhDs and MDs, the ones that got, how can I say, experience in psychology. Let me say it
Right.
better. The ones that
You
got,
know what? You know why I was so interested in serial killers, and like I studied a lot because I was trying to understand why these people didn't value human life. Like I didn't understand why they didn't value human life. And then I begin to understand like people don't understand the concept of power.
hmm,
They think power is being able to dominate other people, but it's not. That's strength. So a lot of people run around strong or with strength and never have power because power is the ability to control your strength. Just because I can oppose my will on you, me not opposing my will shows power. That shows power. Me not flexing on somebody because they're weaker or not taking advantage of people because they're weaker actually shows power because that's me controlling me. So I never understood why people didn't value human life. And I mean, I understand to an extent now, but it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense why people do shit like that. But like psychology always fascinated me, like how people come to conclusions and make certain decisions. But the more I learn about it, man, I, less I feel bad for humanity.
yeah, I ain't lying. That's crazy how a lot of people learn it and, use it to their advantage. And they don't use it for good. You got something to do. But the majority of them,
Now take this out. Now this is something. Okay, so somebody who learned about it and used it for good. What good is it if don't nobody use it? Don't nobody is willing to take it. You know, we always say knowledge is not to be withheld, but when you give knowledge, people won't accept it. You know, so I mean, that's why I used to try to help everybody. I stopped doing that shit, bro. Everybody can't be helped. Everybody don't even. It's not that they can't be helped. It's fact they don't even want to be helped. People, they complain without seeking solution. That to me is bitching. That's beyond complaining. Now you bitching. Complain is to present a solution. That's why if you look at the definition of complain, it's to seek a solution. That's why people do it, right? It's to find, hey, this is fucked up. We need to fix. you know, uh, that's why they complain, or supposedly. But nowadays, people just complain a bit, looking for no solution.
Gary funny as shit. Gary said, dang, women are dangerous. Damn, did I say something? Oh,
No, I
no, he
mean,
talking a word.
he
I was
probably,
going to say,
yeah,
wait,
he
he said,
probably
stop
started, bro.
talking
Start
about me,
looking,
word.
man. You know what shocked me, bro? Go look at the serial killer list, and you'll see these women, and they was fucking vicious, bro. Like these, most of them women was more brutal than men, bro.
Look at
Like when
Chris Hilton.
they did it, bro. When they did it, and they was on some brutal shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think about it, if a woman taking down a man, you kind of got to be brutal with, because they stronger than you. So it just sticking them or stabbing them or that ain't good enough. You got to go at
Be
them. So
strategic with it
I
on
mean,
some
I
real
don't
shit.
agree with it, but I understand. That's why they was more brutal. Like seconds, like, man, you stab somebody over 300 times. How you do that?
Y'all won't go down. That's why.
You right.
Yo, word funny. He's like, damn, it would only took me a few stabs. She went ham on him. Like, yeah, y'all keep
Yeah.
coming back.
Hmm. Like, God damn.
I be telling people, man, women, when we win in reality, is because we gotta use strategy on top of strength. It ain't just by pure freaking strength. And it's funny, people be like, oh, but how about the boxer women and stuff like that? I was like, even them, like, it's all about strategy and strength, and they fighting each other. Like on some real shit. It's not like on wrestling. I haven't seen women fight men on boxing. Unless you practicing out here. You see where I'm coming from. But other than that, no. I know I'm not tripping, am I?
Mm, nah, man. Like, bro, like that Katie Taylor Man Serrano's the first fight. That shit was nasty. Second fight was nasty too. But that was one of the most brutal boxing matches I've ever seen in my life. With two women going at it. One of the most brutal bare knuckle fights I've seen was women going at it. This woman, her face was all swollen and shit. I'm looking like, God damn, and she teeth missing and everything. He was like, it was fun, even though I got beat up. I'm like, what the fuck you mean it was fun? You looking like Quasimodo and shit right now. Like, you talking about it was fun. Your teeth missing and shit. Like, hell no.
Funny as shit. Well, but that's some real shit though. Like what you've been talking about today, and in reality, it's all about taking accountability, no matter how people want to look at it. It's something that I've been talking about within my lives for the past few weeks. At the end of it, when you look at it, is accountability, and nobody want to take it.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate. I don't. Is
It's you
is
to take it, but
no, but like people always say it's pride or ego. I don't think is. I don't even think it's pride or ego. I think it's really low self esteem why people can't take accountability. I think it leads to a person how they look at themselves. You know, to look at yourself. If you ugly and you look in the mirror, say you pretty, you lying to yourself, man. If you're ugly, you're ugly, right? That's just what it is.
I
So,
can't. Well,
I mean, I'm
I,
just
I
being
was
real.
expecting a different example. He used the ugly card. I'm done with work.
Know what I'm saying? Like, if you ugly and you look in the
Like I'm a
mirror and
therapist.
you say I'm pretty, you clearly see you ugly. That's self esteem. Like, accept the shit. Okay, I'm ugly, but I can make myself pretty. Right? That's the
Mhm.
difference, bro. Like that's self esteem right there. Okay, yeah, I'm ugly right now. Like I can look I right now look like Wolfman Jack. I clean up
I'm
good. I
dead.
look good when I clean up, and I know I do, right? Because people always say it. So I know I right now I'm ugly. I can go get pretty though. I ain't gonna say pretty because I ain't trying to be no pretty motherfucker. But I can go get cleaned up. So I can always approve myself, but that's my confidence and that's my self esteem in myself to admit when something ain't right and knowing I can correct it. So I would say it's a combination. It's not it ain't got nothing to do with pride or ego why people don't want to admit that they wrong. It's their self esteem and lack of confidence in their ability. The way they look at themselves and what they can do. So they rather just lie to themselves and make excuses and say it's somebody else's fault instead of saying I fucked up. They don't have the confidence to say they can fix something within themselves. So they just blame it or push it on something else.
That's a fact. Let me see what the chat said. Chat, where y'all at? Ain't the chat going silent?
Yeah. I'm about to get my ass off too. I'm about to get this baby to sleep.
Yeah. I thought she went to sleep. You was going in for a minute.
Oh,
I
she
just
so I just heard her. I just
yesterday.
heard my wife say, I know your daddy be in here soon.
The
I ain't-
commander says she just told her man never underestimate a woman's get back. He gave me a kiss and said he won't.
nah, y'all see, women are more diabolical. This is what I'm saying, man. I don't challenge women. I don't think people should challenge one another unless they're looking for a fight or they're looking to get in combat. So I don't challenge women, man. I don't challenge my wife. I challenge men to oppose. No, I don't challenge. But women, y'all diabolical, man. I remember my homeboy told me his
Did.
grandpa when his grandfather passed away when he was before he was born. When his daddy was little, I'm like, "Hey, how your granddaddy passed away?" He said, "Well, he cheated on my grandma, so she crushed up some glass and put it in his ice water." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Damn!" Like, what the fuck? Like he said it all nonchalantly. I'm like, "You serious?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Bro, I wouldn't even think about that." My wife bringing me a glass of water, and this is my doom. Like, God damn. That's how you get a motherfucker. I wouldn't have thought no shit like that. Crush up some glass and put it in this ice water. Mm-mm. That's some shit women to do. That's like I used to watch them. What's them oxygen? What was that oxygen or Lifetime? Whatever. When Who Did I Marry? And the motherfuckers be putting radiator fluid in the Damn, my mic ain't working. Oh, they be putting radiator fluid in the coffee and the soup and shit. Like, and over time, like, what you mean over time? Like, over the course of a month, the motherfucker keep getting sick and eventually broke. Like, God damn, bro. That's some diabolical shit. You just eating dinner and getting cooking out. That's Look, man, I ain't trying to be funny. You know how they say TV influence? Like you see like that. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Watching that shit, that's why I never dated white women, bro. 'Cause
Oh,
that's all you see white women doing shit like that, bro. You ain't seen no sisters doing no shit like putting fucking radiator fluid in no soup and shit. Like, what the fuck?
it is crazy.
I'm like, man,
Everything you said today is based on need, want, and love. So what does love require?
sacrifice, man. Charleston, man, shout out to Charleston White, man. I know a lot of people don't like him. He got his character on here or whatever, but he be speaking some real shit. And
Who you
somebody
say?
asked Charleston White.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Somebody asked him. It was in that interview I was watching with him and Jesse Lee Peterson. And Charleston White, when he asked him what love was, he said, "What are you willing to take from another person?"
Mm.
And love entails some form of, I like to say investment because I'm getting something back, even when it comes to love. So if I lose something, it's more or less me making space for something new. That's just my concept of sacrifice and investment. But even love, I think it takes some form of you letting go of things that you may desire or be beneficial to you for the betterment of others or another person.
Hmm.
I
So
mean, to say it's just a feeling, I mean,
real
yeah,
shit.
but it's the action. You can feel it, but what you gonna do with it?
So what does love look like, right? In your opinion, what does love look like when it's not rooted in need or want, but in choice?
Well, a choice.
He's like,
Yeah,
Ray, come on, man, these questions. I was like, yeah, because it makes
no, the question's cool because choice itself is predicated upon an option, right? Yeah, that's what a choice is. You selecting from option. A
sense.
decision is uh, a created choice. A decision is when people create the choices, create the option. So,
Because it's
I
crazy
mean,
how
is
it,
is always going to be rooted in some form of need or want.
mm, because I was
Love
gonna say that.
is rooted. Love is associated with both need and want. Is associated. Uh, Most people will say it leans more to the want, to the desire aspect, but um, love can come out of a need too. You can love something that helps you survive. You'll fall in love with it just for that reason, for the ability to help you survive. Because that's ultimately what we program to do is survive. The most innate ability of human beings is the desire to survive.
That's crazy. But it's what's crazier is how back then, like even the people that got their, how can I say that, got their spouse chosen for them. Some didn't fall in love with the spouse that was chosen, while others found a way. I don't know if they found a way. I'm just putting that in there. All right, so I'm just letting y'all know. But to me, they found a way to, either find love in that relationship that was chosen for them. Because somehow, some way, they fell in love. They say. You see where I'm coming from? But they wasn't the
See,
ones that they chose. It was already chosen for them. So it's crazy how you hear them stories, and it's too, like you say, it's a duality to that shit.
even think about this. People love the race that was chosen for them.
Huh?
People love the religion that was
Oh,
chosen for them. You know what I'm saying? People love being black, and that you didn't choose to be black. You were born black. People love being Christians, and they didn't choose to be Christians. They were born into it. So I mean, because something is chosen for you, don't mean you can't develop, right?
mm,
And that happens. I mean, like you said, it's duality. It can happen or it cannot happen. So when you look at the aspect that you're associating duality with is relationship. So, a created relationship or arranged relationship. So you have two sides of the. So it can develop into love. It can develop into hate. Either way, you can go either way.
oh, I can't with these people online. I'm dead. I'm sorry.
Just doing. Why do women need men and men want women? Why use different words? Because what they entail. I mean, a live ain't that long, but you'll have to go back. But to give you a quick synapse, because I hate when I go to lives and I'm late and people be like, "Oh, go back to the beginning and hear what I said." So let me give you a quick synapse of why I said that. Because when you say need, right? Need is associated to survival. When you say want is associated to desire, right? So when it comes to women, for survival purposes, men are the defense mechanisms of women. Everything in nature has a defense mechanism, right? And women defense mechanism is men. Look at it genetically, right? We go to genetics first. Women produces more estrogen, right? Which produces more fat. Well, I ain't gonna say produces more fat, but it uh, promotes the production of fat. The more estrogen you got, the testosterone promotes the metabolism. Is actually what speeds the metabolism. Estrogen actually slows the metabolism. So from that aspect, bone density. Our bones are more denser, our muscles are more denser, our fast twitch muscles are faster. So biologically, we are more uh, built to defend and to protect. We built more for that. Women are built to nurture and produce, right? So the need of survival, and even if you take it to the aspect, and I'm not just talking about a relationship, and I'm not saying women haven't created things that significantly enhance the experience of being a human. I'm not saying that. So I'm not trying to take nothing away from women creating or building anything, but I'm talking about in totality. Men build things, roads, schools. We operate things. We are the driving force of society. The men are, right? I would say the women are the backbone of society. But we are the driving force. You know, we are in. If you agree that it's good or not, the society that's created was built predicated upon labor of men, right? So even the protection part, even if a single woman need to call 911, them are men. Women need men to enforce the laws that protect them from other men. That just sound crazy, right? Women, the reason women need protection is men. but men are the ones who protect the women from other men. Right? We got the unscrupulous group, and then we got the righteous group. So the righteous group, we got to protect y'all from the unscrupulous one. Even though we were designed to protect women, we still have to. We got to protect y'all from ourselves. So the survival aspect is why I say women need men. And the reason I say men want women because it's more of a desire than a necessity because we can still protect and provide without a woman. We don't need a woman to protect and provide. We can protect and provide for ourselves. So it's more of a desire for men to want women, if that helps. But you can, that's just quick synapse. You can always go back and I gave more detail. We had a broader dialogue of what the difference is. And that's not to say men are more better or nothing like that. I'm actually having this conversation so people can understand the dynamic because it's a reason why we interact with one another the way we do. And it's because of the need and want factor. That's one of the reasons. I mean, there's other variables involved, but that's one of the main reasons is just the perception of how we look at one another. Like when women look for a significant other, they look for someone who can protect and provide. And that's not just monetarily. You know what I'm saying? That's not just with money. And men look for things, mainly look for things from, it's not a huge, um, uh, I don't even want to say it like that. But even if you look at the need and want factor, that's the reason why men usually date down and women usually date up from their social class. Because if a man dates down from his social class, is not a hindrance, it's not a liability. But if a woman dates down from her social class, she gonna end up being worse in a worse position. This is how the women. I'm probably yeah. I know that was. But you know what? Like I said, it can be triggering, right? But I'm not talking from I don't know. It's how people interpret it. But I tried to delineate and be as clear as possible. Try to be very concise with the structure of the sentences. That way, people won't have no confusion of what I'm trying to say. And that's why I keep saying that it ain't to separate the two. It's just to help understand. And this is if you look at it from a biological standpoint, you look at it from a mental standpoint. It's not much room you can say I'm inaccurate. It's not a lot of room where you can say I'm inaccurate. Once you assign the behavior to the concept of neither one, how we approach both things. If you look how men approach a woman, it's not from a need aspect. It's not. It's just simply not. That's why men can hit and quit. He can slide in and slide out and be gone. Because when you look at the word want, it clearly details a desire to control or possess. Once you control and possess things, once you then experience it, you can let it go and move on. When women give their body, they look for something long term in return. Most women, I'm not gonna say all women, because there's some thoughts out there who just trying to hop on and hop off. But most women, when they give themselves to a man, they do it with forward thinking, meaning like I'm gonna give this now, and I'm gonna get what I want later. And what they want later is usually, a relationship. But when men will do the same thing, right? But like I said, the forward thinking concept, because a man will take you out, wine and dine you, say all the sweet stuff, just to hit, and after he hit, he done with you. That's as far as it went. What he wanted was to control and possession. Once he did it, he was satisfied with the experience and moved on. That's a want. That's not a need. If it was a need, it would continue. It would be forward thinking involved. Involved, and usually it's not. But that's this thing. If like there's women out there who want to feel like men need them. You can feel like that all you want, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. I'm just telling you that it is what it is. Most men don't feel like they need women. That develops after they're in a relationship with the woman after a while. They develop that their want will develop into a need. But I'm telling you, a need will never develop into a want. That's why when you get a woman, a good woman, she'll be locked in. Like going from need to want in a relationship is like going back. It's like going backwards. Because if you plan to be with somebody for life, y'all dependent on one another for survival. There's some form of dependency on one another for survival. 'Cause everybody can do bad by themselves. So if you get with someone, it should be an addition. But if you get with someone and it's a subtraction, then but that's just to help y'all understand the dynamics between men and women. Men want women, women need men. And that's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just what it is. Mm. Let me get my behind off here, man.
Word for
And
the issue.
hopefully, and hopefully all the ladies come back and subscribe. I
Oh,
love you. Yeah,
wait,
man.
ain't nobody unsubscribe. He's still at the same.
I want y'all over here. I want y'all. I have a desire to have one. I want y'all. I want y'all.
He said, I want
I'm
y'all.
good.
Uh oh. You know, wifey was just in the chat. You better be careful. Listen, women are good at aiming them
Oh,
chancletas. I don't know if she owns a flip flop, but she gonna learn today.
you you know what? My wife ain't jealous. She'll say the same thing. She wants y'all to come over here because the more people in general subscribe, my views go up. I can get paid off of it. So she want that too. Me and wifey on the same page.
Yo, this shit is wild. All this stuff is going down. Damn. We're gotta catch up. You gotta stop watching your little Asian movies for a second. Catch up to the news. He like, I ain't watching that shit.
Man, my wife. Hell, I wish she was still woke. She just told me about some politician, but this is how she told me. Man, what is his name? I don't know. Some dude, I think in California. But whatever dude, she was like, she loved him because he going at Trump. My wife hate Trump. But she was like, "Oh, I'm in love with this dude because I'm going at Trump." I don't know what the guy name was. I forgot already. I'm like, "Man, fuck him." She like, "Why he doing this?" I said, "Cause just because you say you in love with him, fuck him. I don't give a fuck about
I
that dude.
can't with word, yo. I
Don't tell
can't.
me about no fuck." That's how I fuck with my wife. Like, I thought like she said that shit about. I was like, "Man, Jason Momoa." I'm like, "This is the perfect dude for Aquaman." She was like, "Yeah, he look good." I'm like, "Man, fuck Jason Momoa." You're like,
Dead.
"Why you say that?" I said, "Because you said he looked good." Nah, I don't like that Mendes. I fuck with my wife 24/7. Anything she say, I don't know.
Yo,
I'm
you know.
annoying.
Let me ask you a
It's
question.
niggas. Hmm.
You was talking about the women, need men and the men want women, right? Earlier, like the live I was doing earlier, right? I was, well, not earlier. That was actually yesterday morning. But anyways, all right, I was speaking on the mayor. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is it New Orleans mayor or something like that? The one that's getting indicted, right? You've noticed how all these female mayors that are coming into office are all getting arrested for fucking being corrupt? Like, what in the world is going on, yo?
We're trying to get the piece of their pie too, man. Shit, everybody else
Listen,
doing it. Why can't I eat too?
I looked at
They
the
just
list,
don't know how to
right?
do it right. That's why they get in top.
Throughout the years, there's been a total of 48 corrupt mayors, and they've all been men, right? Even the judges, it's just crazy, right? And I'm looking at it like, yo, y'all women, y'all fall hard as shit, right? To work in a man's world. I'm saying it like that for a reason, and I'm hoping Word understands why I'm saying it like that. Like, for y'all to sit here and fuck up the first term in office like that, and they say that women are supposed to make the world better. Y'all making us look
But
bad.
this, man, it's just, I don't even just like you'll have some people associating that to women like nah, bro. That's a human thing, bro. That's what I was just talking about power and strength.
Mm,
People get power, but they don't know what to do with it,
listen,
and they start abusing it. They have no self control.
none.
I mean, only thing you got to do is do the job, do it the right way.
Wouldn't you think that a woman, right, is supposed to be a nurture? Well, I mean, even though we know that
No,
there's evil women out there, but like, goddamn, people don't. Like, this is like I was saying earlier, right? Just because she's a woman and y'all think she's cool, right? Because like I had to compare with the live that I did the other day, right? Because a lot of people was like, oh, but why did you speak bad on Umar? First of all, I'm not biased. It's not about who I like. You see where I'm coming from? And I don't even know the dude, right? And
I
then I compared it to the presidential election. I was like, you know what I think is crazy about all of y'all, from the women to the men to the celebrities, right? It's about who y'all like. Y'all make these people famous, complain about them, right? I was like, when y'all ask for accountability, that's what we gonna give you on these panels on some real shit. I'm not gonna sit here and because somebody is from Philly, you see where I'm coming from my hometown, I'm gonna sit here and take their side.
so
Like, I'm
let's be
looking at
honest.
it with the woman shit. You see where I'm coming from? Like, because I'm a woman, I'm going to take a woman's side. Oh, I want her to become mayor. I want to do my research. It's not about policy no more. It's about who we like, and it's crazy.
Well, let me ask you this though: is that wrong? That's nature of humans.
For real?
It's always been about who we like and what we like. More like moral, like people like to say morals are objective. No, they not. No, they're not. Morals are when you choose and choose not to apply that shit. That's just how.
Mm-hmm. Like
That's
I've been
just how.
saying.
Let's be real. Like,
Because it wasn't
I
like
don't do
this
all that.
before. It wasn't like, I mean, I'm not going to say it all the time. I'm saying
Man,
at one point, it wasn't like this. Or because I wasn't a part of it growing up, I didn't
like
see it.
that's what I was about to say. You just wasn't aware of it. This shit up. Look, if the things has been corrupted since politics was created. It was created to be more.
This shit is wild. I mean, you've
Look,
been
man,
saying it though. I mean, a lot of us have been saying it, and like I say it constantly. Everybody, like, how can you say the system is not broken, but look at everything that's happening? But y'all don't look at the people within the system. The systems are doing exactly what the hell they're supposed to be doing.
so therefore they're not broken. They're operating just fine. You just understanding how fucked up it is. I
Mhm.
mean, politics was created to control the masses. That's why it was created. So I mean,
Exactly. I said that shit earlier. I was
yeah.
speaking on it
So,
because I don't know if you heard about the story too. That's the last story that I spoke on my live, right? And it's about this mom that's being, I think, is in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is in Detroit. A mom being charged, she got indicted, right? I think she lost her son, right? And then after she lost her son, something happened. Damn, I can't get everything straight right now because
they just hire a lawyer or something like that.
I don't know if they hired a lawyer. There's not much on that story yet. That's the crazy part. Like, they just posted it 4 days ago. It turned out that she was, let me put it like this, sexually abusing minors.
Oh,
That is crazy. I'm sitting here like, wow. And it wasn't one, it wasn't two, it was a few of them.
this, you know what I learned, man. Like you got all these titles, right? Remember I said words create expectations, right? So now
Yeah.
you got titles. You have these titles: politician, mom, dad, judge. You got all these, and what's associated to these titles are these ideologies of how these people are supposed to be. But then you realize, like, those are just fucking titles, and these are
Hmm.
still fucking human beings. These are still people. No matter
Like I
what
was saying.
title they obtain, they're still people. So when people are corrupt or people are vile, like when you were saying, like you wouldn't think women would be corrupt like this. I was
Yeah.
literally just about to say women. I, I would
Women
never
could be
think
evil,
women
but damn,
wouldn't be because women are drowned their own damn kids. So shit, why wouldn't they get in
when you put it
politics?
like that, yeah.
It's just
But then
human nature.
what's crazy is what makes us then any better if we don't take the time to research it, right? Like I know me and you know we talk about this every time we get on here, right? About accountability, responsibility, actions, right? How can I say that? Um, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say, but you get my whole point on that. But my thing is like, damn, us knowing that it's like, okay, it's like when it's time to vote for these people, something a button switches off on a lot of people. Like you need to do your research. You know it's about policy, but you don't give a fuck, right? Because this person said this, this whole time throughout the election, you thought it was cool. Half of y'all don't even know half the words that come out your fucking mouth. You see where I'm coming from? Like that's the fucked up part about it. What is they really promising you? Half of you don't even know it.
The thing about this, what you were saying earlier when you use that term choice, when it
Choice.
comes to, I mean, even doing researching policies or researching the people, you're still not given a decision. You're given a choice. They give
Fact.
you people to select from. So you can do all the research and all that shit you want. You still really have no control. You only get option A or option B. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It
what
ain't
I
like
was
you
saying the
can
last time
actually
too.
vote for whoever the fuck you really want to vote for. Like when I'm telling people I'm about to vote for Cornell West. I like Cornell West. Well,
I remember.
well, if you vote for him, you're voting against this person because it really don't count. So why would we even put him on the ballot if it don't count? Everybody thinking that way. That's what I'm saying. Most motherfuckers are sheep. They like
Hmm.
Cornell West. They think he a better candidate, but because they know everybody else ain't gonna vote for him, and if they do, they vote is dismissed. They just rather vote for the lesser of two evils.
You seen?
That shit
Well, you
crazy to
wasn't
me.
there when I went and I was live. I voted for Jill Stein. People was like, you should vote for
I
Trump.
voted
You
for
should
her the
vote for
last
Kamala.
last two elections.
I voted for her this last election. I was like, I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not. People was mad as shit. I was like, how you
Yeah,
mad at me because I'm not voting for neither one? I'm like, did y'all see their policy? I was like, on live and in person, I told people, I was like, let's look at her policy. Right? It's similar to Trump's, but it's better on some real shit because it cancels out what Kamala is doing. You see where I'm coming from? But it doesn't change certain things that we're used to. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. Like it cancels out a lot of the things, that we don't want, which was Kamala was about to allow, right? And it cancels a lot of the things. If you really looked at her policy, it canceled a lot of things that Trump was trying to do. But they didn't really want that. They didn't want her policy. And even though, and another thing, let's be real, a woman wasn't really going to win that election.
that's
I'm
fucked up.
sorry, I'm
But
being
man,
real.
I told everybody that. That shit, bro. America ain't ready for no woman president, bro. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Everybody else, she wasn't so
People get
spoken.
mad.
I'm like, she was outspoken. Y'all just didn't pay attention to her videos. Because it's crazy how y'all pay more attention to Trump every time he went live, but ignored every time she went live. Because I paid attention. And she didn't really go
Popularity
live. She did
contest.
interviews.
That's all.
That's what she
That's
did.
all this. That shit is a popularity contest, man. All that shit is about like I mean, and that's just the reality is about who we like. That's why Trump and Kamala was going to get celebrities to speak. That's why they do that shit. Because the more you like them, the more likely you're going to vote for 'em.
And they made
That's
that
just
shit
what it is
very
about who we like.
they made that shit so popular. Look at people now. Like everything is a debate, a competition. I'm sitting here it's like y'all know better than these politicians trying to make this shit go viral on some real
It's
shit.
about- That's like people like when I be hearing people, especially over in the KB sector, they say that shit all the time. It's about who we like. Like, duh. Like that's you said it's like it's a bad thing. That's just reality. It's like, oh, well,
It's
right and
just
wrong is
stupid.
subjective, man. Right and wrong is totally subjective. It's how a person views it. So, if look, I'm just being real. Like, if you do something, if Commander do something, if Gary do something, I'm gonna be more likely like, oh shit, they just tripping. I'm gonna make an excuse for a problem, right? Uh, up front, I probably talk to y'all behind the team, like, hey man, that's shit you work with. But up front, in front of everybody, no, I'm gonna be more biased towards y'all than I am anybody I don't know. That's because I like y'all. There's people in my family I like. I love them. So yeah, I'm gonna be if they do something, I'm gonna be more understanding to it than somebody I don't fucking know. That's reality. Motherfuckers don't want to live in it. They want to create this Peter Pan fairy tale
Not everybody like that on.
simulation shit.
Not everybody like that. I mean, not everybody is like that on social media on some real shit. Cause like I told you, like I knew people was gonna come at me because of the Umar shit. But like I said, I'm really gonna speak accountability. You see where I'm coming from? Because at the end of the day, that's what y'all wanted. And I knew it. I said it throughout my whole life. I was like, motherfuckers gonna say this and do this. I'm not worried about that shit. At the end of the day, I'm a real person. Like I'm gonna put this as an example, right? When I was cleaning the block on that was all yesterday, right? Yesterday was Saturday, right? I'm tripping off. Today is Monday. See, the days are going by so fucking fast. When I was cleaning the block on Saturday, right? The
Mhm.
one of the neighbors said, she's like, well, I don't know why you keep doing this. You know the neighbors ain't gonna come out. I'm like, I gotta lead by example at the end of the day. All right, like they didn't come out. A lot of them didn't come out at that moment, but when some came home from work, right, since the truck didn't come, they came out and they started cleaning their fronts. I was like, because at the end of the day, I led. I started that shit off. I told her, I was like, you see, they didn't all come out in the morning, but I knew who was gonna come and who was gonna do what they gotta do. I knew there was a lot of people working. I started that shit off early as shit because I wasn't gonna be outside all day. You see where I'm coming from? So I was like, I
Mhm.
did what I had to do. I was like, that's the whole point. How y'all gonna teach me one thing and then years later be hypocrites about the same shit y'all taught me? Let's make it make sense. Y'all taught us to lead by example, and that's what we're doing. But y'all complaining about it. That don't make no sense.
They ain't think y'all was gonna really do it. They was just saying that shit. Then when y'all did it, they're like, oh shit, nah, we ain't really think y'all was gonna do it. Now it's a
We did
problem.
it. There's a lot of us doing it. Don't fucking like listen. It's a lot of us. People forget. Like I told her, the chick the other day. I was like, listen, it was too many old heads pulling my ear and sitting my ass down. At the moment, I didn't get it, but now observing, watching everything, I get the message. I get it. I don't think it was meant for me to get it at that moment, at that time, but now it's a whole
But that's
different
how it
story.
works. I mean, and how this is how life works a lot of times. You will hear something and you won't have an understanding, but you'll be aware of it. Then you will experience some shit that'll give you clarity. Then when you hear it again, it makes sense.
That's a
So
fact.
that's
That's
just
why I
how it
told her. I
works.
was like, listen, man, I'm broke as shit. And I told a few people, I was like, listen, I don't like saying it a lot because it sounds like I'm bragging, right? But at the end of the day, that's how I got a lot of respect from these politicians and the people around me. One, I don't burn my bridges. Two, I don't owe nobody. And three, I'm always honest. And I don't see the point in lying when at the end of the day you can't cover the sun with one finger. Make it make sense. What you hide in the dark always comes out to the light, especially if you're doing something fucked up. Now, if you're doing the right thing, you ain't got to worry about shit.
And then like this too, man. This, like it's easy to sit here and say, "Oh, these politicians corrupt," but that shit, like when you experience, like I've never been a politician, but it's not as far off as you think it is from the street. It's really not. Even like, man, look, you get. This is what I'm saying. You put what's that term they use over there? The duro twist. You get put in position where if you don't comply, then you know you might be unalive.
Mhm.
You see what happened in Minnesota? Like, come on, like really think about what I'm saying. This dude is a fucking lawmaker. Who the fuck runs up in a neighborhood like that in broad daylight and gun two people down?
Real shit.
Like, let's
It's
be
like,
real, man. How many politicians you hear? Oh, they got in some weird ass car accident, or they was unalive on the street.
hmm
Oh man, them people, like, look, if you don't comply to a lot of those people, your ass you gone. So it's easy to say, oh, they corrupt or they doing this, doing that. Sometimes being in that position puts them in the position to be
I know what
corrupted.
you're saying. That's why, like, in a way, a
You
lot of
know,
people coming at the mayor from here in Philly. They're like, "Oh, she's corrupt. She's this." I was like, I think y'all need to look a little deeper, cause like I get where people coming from. Oh, she should have kept her promise and bought them wages up. I'm like, look, listen, go deeper into this shit. I'm not taking her side. You see where I'm coming from, but I'm not going to take away the fact that she's done what a lot of mayors haven't done. You see where I'm coming from? She's bringing back the program. She's funding these things that, didn't get funded before. She's fixing these potholes we were complaining about, right? Like she's helping with the schools, which Boyle should be doing. I think he's senator or council. I forgot what he's senator. Anyways, um, no, it's Council Boyle. So he's council. He should be dealing with the school and shit like that. I forgot. I'm probably mixing it up, but get where I'm coming from. I just know he deals with the schools. Shit. But everything has landed on her. Everybody's, oh, you taking on her side so much. I was like, because at the end of the day, right? She's pleased us on everything. She's been on her way. I was like, look at what y'all doing. I was like, y'all putting her in a position, right, where y'all not gonna like how all this is gonna backfire. Not as just on us, on her too. I was like, I don't
I'm
think she's corrupt. I think that she's just trying to like really help. Like you see where I'm coming from? I
you
mean,
know it can help so
sounds
much, man.
crazy, but
You
exactly. Everybody's like, why
you
don't you
know
become mayor? I was like, listen,
it,
y'all see what y'all doing to that lady? I don't want to be in her
it's
shoes.
even simple shit like this. Like my man who made the fuel out of plastic, that dude's scared for his life now. You know, it's weird shit happening around him. Why? It's because it's fucking up somebody's money. If he makes some shit where you can make gasoline out of plastic, you know how much fucking plastic we got on the planet trying to get rid of?
That
Let's go
sounds
fuck with
familiar.
somebody oil money. Let's go fuck with somebody money.
You
If
talking about that
somebody
bull that
created
went
a cure,
viral?
yeah, he was
That's
hiding
what I'm
out. He's
like.
still hiding out.
I knew I
They
wasn't going
found him.
crazy. I asked
No,
about it.
he hiding out. He made another. His people made a video and said he's safe. He laying low. But like even think of like if you created a cure for cancer, man, your ass would be up out of here. Like, you fucking up people money, bro. People don't. This just. I mean, the world don't. Look, we cattle, bro. It ain't about the betterment of humanity. It's about how to control humanity. They don't
Mhm.
want to better humanity. They want to control humanity. And if you fuck up something that they have in place to implement control, oh,
That's
bro,
true. It's
nah,
crazy because I hear Papa Duck, and I'm not saying he's imitating you. You see where I'm coming from? Because I know he's not. But I
nah,
hear
Papa
him
Duck do something
saying
different. I wouldn't be doing this.
what you used to say in the beginning, right? Was it you or was it me? I know it was one of y'all two, but I know that it was all three of us on the panel when it was said, and I'm not sure if it was you or Nate about starting our own communities. Remember, making
That's
our
what I've
laws,
been
and I'm
saying.
I'm thinking it was more you than Nate. That was you.
I
See, I
was
know I
saying,
wasn't tripping,
uh,
but we was all in the same panels when we was talking all this stuff, right? And I hear Papa Duck speaking on it and stuff like that. And it makes sense, but how do we start a new blueprint, right? Because we can do it as long as we don't fuck with them. You see where I'm
and
coming from?
that's the whole look. I've been telling people this. That's the whole thing. Like, as long as you don't fuck with them, they ain't gonna fuck with you. You know, if
Hmm.
you create something within their system and you don't fuck with their system, they'll let you thrive, bro. And it's proof. Look at the Amish community. It's when you try to oppose their shit. That's when they got a problem. But if you just doing your own thing, they ain't gonna fuck with you, bro. I'm talking about the system. I ain't talking about other people. Other people will probably try to tear your shit down, but the system ain't gonna fuck with you. You
One
know,
thing
long as they get what they deserve, long as you yield to Caesar what's owed
I
to Caesar, they ain't gonna fuck with you, bro. So if you gonna get some land, as long as you pay your taxes, man, and don't do no shit against the government, bro, they don't give a fuck what you doing, man. When you start opposing the government and trying to, that's when they be like, hold the fuck up, who you think you is, boy? That's when they
Hmm.
hit you with that boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's what like Papa Duck be on some shit, bro. I'd be like, man, you he probably don't care, man.
No,
I
Papa
don't know,
don't give
man.
a fuck. I
But,
mean, listen, the
this
same.
this
Well,
is one. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one or two things, and I only talk. I'm gonna say it like this. I can only talk from experience. Right? That's all I'm gonna talk to you from. Things I don't know, I'm not gonna talk about. So when I say
that,
this, I don't know how people go interpret it or how people go take it in general. But uh,
kinda.
when you oppose they shit, that's when they have a problem. You ain't bothering them, they ain't gonna bother you.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I can talk to people and tell them what they need to do, and I can do it in a way where it don't affect their shit, right? And I just think that's the best way to do it, to be effective and efficient. So if you go create, you can homeschool your kids, right? So
Hmm.
they don't care about the how you educate your kids. They don't really care about that unless you sign up with their shit. Now, if you enroll your kids, now that's their money involved, right? That's their money involved now. It's
Yep.
money involved. It's their shit involved. But far as the way you educate your kids, as long as you pay your taxes, they don't give a fuck what you do. So you can go create your own school system within a group of people just by homeschool.
That's what I'm saying.
You
People
get
like that's not
somebody to teach
possible.
math, somebody to teach science. You can do that. You can educate your kids. You can do that. They won't bother you. Shit, Trump talking about giving you 10 G's a month or some shit like that. Be
Hmm. But
$10,000 to home. I don't know if it's a month or it's throughout the school year, but I know he was talking about giving 10,000 to people who homeschool their kids.
the
So you can
reality
put some shit together. You know, you get like say if you get one, two, three, four, you get five parents and you get a retired school teacher and they allocate that 10 grand to that. Then now that lady that made man or lady, that school teacher that made 50 grand this year teaching kids. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's a paycheck right there. You help somebody and they doing their job. So I mean you can still I mean, it's ways that I mean, retired school teachers, you don't fuck up their pension or they this whatever, they can make some money. Shit, just pay them something. They teaching your kids, even if y'all get together. And there's ways to do the shit. What I'm saying, even like they got that white only town. Maybe you can go buy some land, create a corporation, and build your own town. As long as you pay the taxes, government don't give a fuck. Pay taxes. You
but
go
people don't
create your own
understand
shit.
that part. As long as
But
you
it's people so fucked up. That's why I be having these conversations though. It's not the fact it can't be done. You got too many fucked up people
and
trying to
not just
come to
that. It's like right now, right? Like I was saying when I keep bringing up Umar, we cannot try to build these type of things on broken infrastructures. I don't know if I'm saying it right, and I'm glad I'm on this panel, but maybe word could break down what a broken infrastructure is. That's what a lot of these influencers, a lot of these celebrities and people that are coming up are trying to do. Some can manage to do it because they're trying to, they're breaking the chains. Others are just going by who they like, and how can I say it? Manipulation, cheating their way in. That's not the way to go. You always gonna fall back down that fucking ladder. Like we have to figure out how to, how can I say? We keep saying it. Fix from home first in order to how can I say, help others fix whatever
Mm,
they got broken around them, and then start these little, how can I say, maybe I'm saying it wrong. I know I was saying it right earlier because I had the notes in front of me, right, that I wanted to talk about, but I'm hoping work could understand where I'm coming from. Like we have to fix what's broken within us first in order to start something.
that's why I be having these conversations. That's why I talk about self development. We can't come together until we get it together.
Exactly. I've noticed
We
a
get it
lot of
together,
that.
then we can come together. It's like even starting a group over here, like we the nine. I don't try. I'm, if you want to call the captain of the ship, whatever you want to call it. Right? You know what I'm saying? We a group of individuals, came together. Now, when we build on some other shit, but we still have an understanding. Everybody tell you, word is the captain of the ship, right? Commander is the lady of the nine. Gary is the
Mhm.
big 33. You know what I'm saying? We all got our role. It's not really a hierarchy, but we understand that is structure. That's what we don't have. People don't. People more worried about. I ain't gonna be under them. I ain't gonna be over me. I ain't this man. I'm just trying to do what I'm good at. And if
Facts.
I'm good at this, then I'm gonna do that. If I'm good at that, then I'm gonna do that. It ain't about being a man or being this or being that. Because when we first came together, it was like it wasn't no hierarchy. It was a three-headed monster.
Facts.
And then even after that fell apart, it was just like, shit, we here chilling. And then it's like, okay, we need some type of structure now because shit is going away. Okay, well, I'm gonna take accountability. I'll be the captain of the ship.
That's a fact. And like
I'll hold the weight.
that's all I
You
was
know what
telling
I'm saying?
people. Like me, I'm getting my shit together because I had a few obstacles in my way, right? But what you're doing on the side, shout out to Gary, right? Because he brought it up when I was, doing my live the other day, right? You're a coach. What you're trying to do, right? You're speaking to the youth and stuff like that, and you're doing it, and you don't really brag about it. Because when you're
I
doing
ain't
something that
saying,
comes
yeah.
when you're doing something that comes from the heart, there's no need to brag about it. You see where I'm coming from? So that shows people. That should show people that you're really doing it because you care, not because you want, to make some money or get famous out of it. I don't know why other people do it, but I see that you're definitely doing it because it's genuine. You see where I'm coming from? Like that's what we need to pay attention to. But motherfuckers, unless you're rich, you see where I'm coming from, and you got a status, people don't want to pay attention to that. Oh, how can they possibly do it? This is shit that I've heard people, not about you. You see where I'm
Mhm.
coming from? I've seen it happen here in the hood. Oh, like you can't even, take care of yourself. How you gonna make this pop off? I'm sitting here looking like, damn, give them at least the benefit of the doubt. Like you see them trying to get the group of people together, the kids together. The kids are enjoying it. The people are enjoying it. And y'all just already tearing it apart before they can even build the damn bridge for you to fucking walk through it.
You know what broke my heart? Because like people always complaining it ain't this, it ain't that. And like when I created that program, it was for a couple weeks. And I was trying to be clear. This is what I'm teaching: self-esteem. I'm teaching EQ. I'm teaching these young men emotional intelligence, um, and confidence building. Like we're gonna
Hmm.
build the confidence. We're gonna build it. This is the foundation of the program. And they still got access to me if they need to talk or question about anything outside of what I'm teaching. I'm available. Right? Offer that shit for free. I didn't even have 10 people hit me up, but most of the people who joined in was family. Me, like my nieces and nephews. I mean, my niece, right? My niece in one of the groups, nieces and nephews. So it's like, damn, you give people something for free, they don't want it. But with the company I'm dealing with, we're gonna do it on a large platform, and it's gonna be a fee involved. It's gonna be a fee involved. But when I gave the shit out for free, nobody wanted to tell people they were saying a lot of you, oh, who is this dude? This, that, this, that. I don't know. Okay. This is what's wrong with people. People knock things before they try it. And that's just asinine. Like certain things, especially when you have things implemented, like we on a Zoom call and the parents I'm welcoming the parents to join in for the simple fact that this shit take work, right? So the parents should be aware because the parents got to help develop the environment where the kids can express their emotions, man. So I do need the parents there. If they can't be there, cool. But I'm just offering a male presence and some information. That's all I'm offering. I'm not trying to be one on one or alone with your kids. I got kids. I'm a parent too. So I know that the questions I will have with some dude I don't know, I will have some questions. But if I try to make it as comfortable for people as possible, they don't want it. I got people overseas in the Philippines like, hey, is that still available? Like shit, yeah. It's a Zoom call, so I can fuck with people in the Philippines.
That's
But
what
the
I'm
sad
saying. That's what I'm
is
saying.
like when you try to get a shit away, you try to do it from the heart. You know what I'm saying? People downplay it.
That's how I seen that shit here, man. That's why I said I spoke to my baby pops that I'm gonna do like a little saga interviewing the men that have changed their lives. You see where I'm coming from, and are willing to help these young men out here that wanted to do it, right? I'm like, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go online while y'all putting that footwork in. Fuck it, let's talk about it. What y'all really want to do?
To interview me. To interview me, I love to have a conversation with
Yeah, like no, I'm talking about these men have been incarcerated and have changed their lives around. I don't know if you've been incarcerated.
you. I ain't been incarcerated.
Because what I'm
But
saying
hey,
is
to
that
me, I'm
regardless
gonna just
of
be honest.
anything, is that people
Is
want
and I
to.
think about this. I mean, that's probably an even better story because if you've been incarcerated, I mean, you got caught, so you had to change. I didn't have to change. I
Hmm.
didn't get caught. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's what I be telling people. I'm like, y'all are perfect examples to show these young bulls that that's not the path. I'm not saying scare them. You see where I'm coming from? Because this is not scare beyond straight. I don't even know if that's the name of the show or what it was called. But I know they had a show like that where they used to scare the kids and take them to jail and shit like that. But no, I'm talking about doing interviews, right? So they can actually see, look, listen, they turn their lives around. They're actually trying to do these, trying to start these programs. That's why I keep saying that what Word is trying to do, right? In reality, if I ever manage to like get a building and start, get the paperwork together, right, and create my little community center, it'll work. Because the ideas that I got ain't for a regular community center, and people don't even peep that part. And I got a lot of people that want to, how can I say it, be with me on this, but I have to find the money out of pocket to get this shit started. But I have to fix home first, like I tell people. You see, I had an obstacle hit me that made me start from square one. And until I don't fix that, I can't fix that. But shit like this, what Word has, is good. Because when people like me come out with things like this, boom, look, I got a workshop. I need what you got going, right, over here, right? And I'm expanding what I got going, right, nationwide, worldwide, however y'all want to call it, right? I'm not just trying to invest in one building. I'm trying to invest in multiple buildings. And for that, I need unity. I'm not stupid to start now.
Yes, I hate to cut you off. Let me get my butt off this. I'm gonna be on here for another 2 hours. And I gotta get up in the morning.
Yeah. See,
I thought somebody was gonna come up here and try to like
no,
lay it into me. But I
they,
guess I explained it right, and people ain't feeling the
it's
people.
the
So
topic.
I
It's the
appreciate
topic.
y'all for
It's the topic.
that. Yeah.
All right, word. See y'all. Guys, don't be scared to hit the link. Word don't bite. All right, he got wifey.
Only on the weekend.
He said only on the weekends. He's not a dog. He's a human being. All right.
I'm a
The but yeah, let me get off
warrior
this.
to the top.
He said for the struggle. Who that? New Jack City. That's blonde.
Shout out to Brian for the struggle. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that. I take all pennies. I ain't
You gotta
too
take all
proud.
pennies. Let me get off
I
this
take
job.
all
See y'all.
pennies. If you send me a nickel, a dime, a penny, a 5, a 10, a 20, a 100, I'm grateful. It's more than what I had before I
Get
started.
off.
And I appreciate y'all for supporting the content. Hold on, let me play.
Work out the money. Work out the money. Work out the juice. Work out the money. Work out the juice. Work out the money, 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 work out the juice.
Shout out to Mr. Blonde. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, I'm gonna be rocking a little later tomorrow because the wife is off Tuesday and I ain't gotta get up early. So I'll definitely be rocking out a little later tomorrow. I'll probably start a little later at like one. But yeah, we'll be on later tomorrow, bro. We'll be on here rocking and rolling, talking about everything and nothing at the same time. But man, I appreciate the shit out of y'all, man. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These conversations that builds nation. And if we said anything that resonated with you, hit that share button. Tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, hold on, man. Before I dip out, I meant to do the where you at, bro? But until next time, bro, we no had to turn blind to a smurf.
And do it for the nine.
What up, Nine?